my video of my top 10 personal favorite actors of all time. If you missed my top 10 personal favorite actresses, you can click the link above or the description below. And if you missed my top 10 directors of all time, you can the description below and the link above. If you are new here, I appreciate you being here and checking me out. If you are a returning subscriber, I also appreciate you as well. I thank you guys for being here. Let's get into my top 10 personal favorite actors of all time. At number 10, we have Marlon Brando, who stars in the Godfather films, Superman, Apocalypse Now, On the Waterfront, A Streetcar Named Desire, Guys and Dolls, and so many others. Streetcar Named Desire, he brought the table to what modern day acting is. Because before that, it was just all theater acting, and he brought something new to the table. He was fantastic in A Streetcar Named Desire. Apocalypse Now, fantastic. Superman and The Godfather, him as Vito Corleone, amazing. Absolutely amazing. At number 9, we have Leonardo DiCaprio, starring in films such as Inception, The Wolf of Wall Street, Django Unchained, Shutter Island, The Revenant, Titanic, and so many other great films. He is in a film maybe once every 2-3 years, and when he is, he brings it. He absolutely brings it to the table, and finally won that actor award for the Oscars for The Revenant. And he really should have won before then, but what are you gonna do? He is fantastic, and what can you say except for the guy brings it every single time. At number 8, we have Tom Hanks, voice of Woody from the Toy Story films, starring in Catch Me If You Can, Terminal, The Green Mile, Forrest Gump, and Castaway, and so many other great films. He's such an endearing actor. I mean, we all know him as the voice of Woody. Who else could have been the voice of Woody? And it's like he has that great voice that is just iconic and amazing. You just know it when you hear it without even knowing what the movie is, and absolutely fantastic. At number 7, we have the versatile actor Daniel Day-Lewis, who also starred in the films There Will Be Blood, Lincoln, Gangs of New York, The Last of the Mohicans, and so many other great films. The Last of the Mohicans, amazing. Lincoln, absolutely astounding what he did as he became the character of Abraham Lincoln. That movie is just astounding, and how he becomes the roles of his films is just crazy, but also amazing at the same time. Daniel Day-Lewis, ladies. At number 6, we have Al Pacino, who also starred in the films Scarface, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the Godfather films, Heat, Dog Day Afternoon, and Say Hello to My Little Friend. My best impression I can do of Al Pacino from Scarface. I mean, he's so iconic. What can you say about Al Pacino except for what's already been said? Al Pacino, ladies and gentlemen. At number 5, we have the gentle soul that is Robin Williams, starring in great films such as Bicentennial Man, Aladdin, Good Will Hunting, Dead Poets Society, Mrs. Doubtfire. If you have never seen Bicentennial Man, it is a beautiful, emotional little film that needs to be seen by more people. Mrs. Doubtfire, his probably second most well-known role, as well as Aladdin, his most well-known role as the genie. What else can I say about Robin Williams? That is just would be emotional to say after what happened to this pure, gentle soul that was taken from us way too early. Robin Williams, my number 5. At number 4, we have the great Robert De Niro, starring in films such as Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, The Godfather movies, Heat, Jackie Brown. He just brings it with every role he has. And Taxi Driver, he really became Travis Bickle in that film. Travis Bickle is just one of those great characters that just gets around in your head for a long time and never leaves. let's get into my top 3 actors of all time. At number 3, we have Charlie Chaplin. Such an endearing character, such an endearing actor. His most well-known roles as The Tramp, silent films such as Modern Times, the great romantic films City Lights, The Kid, The Gold Rush, and his great sound films such as The Great Dictator and Limelight. He is he's such an iconic to film, and I believe a lot of films wouldn't be where they are today without the great Charlie Chaplin. And The Great Dictator, still so mesmerizing after so many years, and that final speech at the end is just amazing. Cannot go wrong with Charlie Chaplin at all. I highly recommend this dude. Please, if you have not seen any of his films, go see him. I absolutely adore Charlie Chaplin. At number 2, we have the great James Stewart, starring in great films such as Vertigo, Rear Window, It's a Wonderful Life, one of the greatest Christmas movies of all time. You got Rope, Philadelphia Story, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, a film that just resonates today about the media and all that. You have Harvey, the inspiration for Donnie Darko. You got The Anatomy of a Murder, a great courtroom drama. This man is just pure in every way. You get 100% from it every single time. If you have never seen any of his films, especially It's a Wonderful Life, probably one of the greatest Christmas movies of all time, please watch him. He is amazing. And at number 1, we have Sidney Poitier, a man of just pure intellect, a pure gentleman. He is just a force to be reckoned with from the 60s and 70s. In the Heat of the Night, you have Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, a very controversial film of its time about a black man and a white girl being in a relationship, and it just brings tension to the family, and it really tackles that interracial couple issue of the 60s and 70s. You have The Jackal, you have The Defiant Ones, two men, one a racist and one a angry black man, trying to escape, but they are chained together, and it is a fantastic film. You got A Raisin in the Sun. You have To Sir with Love, and you have Lilies of the Field. He is just a fantastic, brilliant, just brings it all to the table over 110%. And just for an actor from the 60s and 70s to just do what he did to break those barriers, he just gives me so much respect for him. I highly recommend watching any of his films from those eras, as well as the later films that he stars in, but especially those earlier films from the 60s and 70s. I highly recommend Sidney Poitier as my number 1 personal favorite actor of all time. And those were my top 10 personal favorite movie actors of all time. If you are new here and you subscribe, I appreciate you and I thank you for that so much. And if you are a returning subscriber, I thank you again. And I ask that you give down in the comments who are your top 10 actors are. And I would like to thank Mark McKeever and Matt Lane Fitness, who are my two patron supporters on Patreon. If you would like to see better production, better sound, and better lighting and all that kind of stuff, please support me on Patreon. The money from there goes into these videos. It would be much appreciated if you would become a patron of mine. I appreciate you all. Thank you for subscribing if you did. If you were a returning subscriber, I appreciate you so much. I really do. Stay random, guys.